Alright. Hello everyone, and welcome to tonight's first Kickstart League match. We've got the average Midnight Channel enjoyers up against Use Battle Angels coming at you. Also, apologies in advance if tonight's a little bit scuffed. I may or may not be somewhat sleep deprived, so if things go off the rails, my bad. Anyways, should be a good one tonight. We've got, so average Midnight Channel enjoyers is going to be Dr. Dre, who I believe plays I Always Want to Say Faust, but no, it's the other item throw character, Teddy. Jazz Hands on, I believe, Ken. And Ballfrog, last I saw playing Minazuki. This will actually be the first time we see Ballfrog showing up online. They did show up for one of the end of another match that we had to do in person. And then they're going to be up against Use Battle Angels. That is Jacob, Narukami, Zot, who last I saw was playing Marie, though I don't know, there's always a potential for character change, and Shadow Fury, who I think started on Yukari, but is currently on Yukiko, as far as I'm aware. We're just waiting on Dre to hop into the room, and we're good to go. Ooh. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Hopefully, hold it together just fine. Okay, here we go, and I think we're good to start. So, this is probably going to be Teddy versus Marie. And Zot being one of the players who joined the league late, they were originally a substitute, and then we did have someone have to back out of the league, so they stepped up to fill in for him. Up against Dre, who has been Teddy from the start, though I hear that he has slightly deviated from being an item tossing bot into using normals a lot more. I heard people saying that it was making the matchup against him much harder. So we'll see how this one goes. These are both actually kind of item toss characters. I don't know if Marie's... Well, I guess I was going to say I don't know if hers are random, but I guess Teddy's aren't either, so... Teddy intros. Alright, and we're into it. Okay, aggressive start coming out here from Dre. Full anti-air conversion, gets the item out. Don't ask me what the items do, I only know a couple of them. By which I mean, feel free to ask and I'll make something up. Okay, Marie does have specific buttons for each item, that makes sense. Ooh, and a whiff DP from Dre. Not the biggest punish from Zot, but... Also, let me know how the audio balance and stuff is. As long as you can hear me and the game and everything, then we're good. Okay, Awakening on Zot's end and a decent chunk of meter, though honestly, Dre's Teddy doing pretty well on meter as well. Alright, full combo, goes into super, cashes out the damage, and I think that changed the weather, yep. Rain, I believe it is just Marie's health that goes up. Oh, and didn't use the SB version. Zot probably expecting the return trip on the circus animal. Is the burst gonna come out? They are in Awakening. It looks... Oh! Okay, blocks the missile, but wasn't ready for the cross-up. Okay, cool. Thank you. Right, for anyone who is just tuning in, a super fast rundown of what these are. Persona 4 Arena Kickstart League. This is a new player crew battle league, so basically everyone in this league started messing with this game for the first time at the beginning of this league, and it's just to see, you know, how far everyone can get in the limited time practicing together as a team. You will see the points at the top of the screen. Currently 0 on all sides. Every game a player takes. It gives their team 1 point, up to a maximum of 6 per player. Because, you know, it's best of 3s against 3 opponents. Ooh, spends it on the super again. Both times now, Zot going for the super ender. I am curious about how the Oki is there as opposed to Marie's other enders, but we haven't actually seen the other ones yet. And is burst gonna even come out? It's gotta be right now, and no. Dre taking that first game with a pretty solid round 2. Pretty convincing. Yeah, this
It's great to see you, Evi-chan.
Commentary is gonna be a little interesting. Apologies if I just start like merging words or anything. But okay, so once again, all of these sets are going to be best of 3. So, oops, that is the wrong thing to paste. There we go. So what that means is every game you take, your team gets a point. So if, for example, if Zot brings it back, runs it the next 2 games straight, then we will move into the next set of matches with Use Battle Angels at 2 and Average Midnight Channel Enjoyers at 1. Even if you lose, your point still carries over. Of course, that does mean that if you 2-0, you deny the opposing team points as well. So it's not like quite an extra point, but you know, it's a greater difference.
Round 1. Fight.
I'm over here.
Okay, defensive start this time from Dre, and oh wow, that item went away just before Marie touched it, it looked like. Might be one that just goes away on hit or something, I'm not sure. And just like that, Dre's back to basically full health.
Come out.
Okay, Mute, Fear, and Poison, that food is real spooky, especially against someone like Marie. My understanding is that she is incredibly Persona card reliant. And we saw this in Zot's last series of matches as well. I think that's the auto combo ends in this weird, like, bag bounce thing that launches you backward. I know that you can sort of use it as a pressure reset, which carries the oil drum all the way to the corner. But the nice thing for Zot lately has been that it keeps you safe. Oh, and rolls to let the bite hit. Okay, that's smart. Tricky setup coming out from Dre. Right, and okay, Marie does manage to get in, has a bunch of meter, so we'll... Oh, okay, tried to use it on a one more cancel. Didn't quite get the combo afterwards. I'm not sure if Marie has any screw it RC type supers or SBs or anything like that. Alright, puts him down to Awakening, but the timer is also a factor here, but maybe not. Okay, yeah. Can't take it with you, just spend the bar to kill. And whoa, that was still round 1. That was a heck of a comeback. Into an incredibly respectful round start. Ooh, I think that's the first DP we've seen come out from Zot so far. That's at, so... Oh wait, no, sorry, that's the next match. Never mind. I was gonna say something about the team names, but that'll come later. Alright, Zot, I don't even fully know what the adaptations are outside of they're blocking the all-out attack from the air a lot more now, which, I mean, hey, you know, bit of a damage swing for sure. I'm not sure what else Zot has really done to mix things up. They're doing much better. Oh, but then you get this many items, didn't realize that their inputs were reversed. Okay, Awakening though, 143 meter, but also muted and poisoned. You can slap the food into the opponent if you get the chance. What are they gonna do, block it? Ooh, blocks the all-out attack, but yeah, just, I guess that 5A doesn't quite punish. We've seen that come up a couple times now. Wow, the call-out super coming down, I guess. That does surprisingly low damage. Was Teddy an Awakening beforehand? I'm not sure. DP? No, okay, goes for a real punish, drops it, but I think this is gonna kill. And yeah, Zot taking game 2. Without dropping around, though, on basically Magic Pixel both times.
What a shocking finish!
Alright, and we're off to a very competitive start. Love to see it. What a wild comeback, too. Okay, I don't know, what do you guys think, chat? Is it just coming down to the all-out attacks getting blocked? That and just, I don't know, maneuvering around items that little bit better?
Please select your
I will say, though, that is kind of the spooky part about how close those were, is if... I keep forgetting that Teddy's items aren't random. Never mind, I was gonna say if Teddy gets better items on his random tosses, then, you know, it can swing it one way or another, but, Teddy, in this game, he does have 2 separate wheels, one on 5D, one on 2D, but they're always a set order, so as the Teddy player, you theoretically will just always know what's coming up next. I don't know if Dre does that, or if he is channeling his inner Faust player and just goes, huh, what could this be? But, we'll see, we'll see. The DP coming out again, and Zot just mashing has a move that hits from that far, which is impressive. Honestly, I'm surprised. Oh, gets DP'd again. And yeah, this time Dre not going for any funny business, just takes the, I'm assuming plus frames, plus 5B that hits at that range. Okay, yeah, Marie's 5A being a standing low is catching Dre a lot. He's stand blocking a bunch in neutral, and it's leading to a decent bit of damage. That said, I think that is 4 for 4 wake-up DPs that have both been used and hit this round. We'll see if Zot can make the adjustment, maybe bait one out. I don't know if they know any safe jumps or anything, and Teddy's a bit wonky to safe jump in the first place. Ooh, big 2B anti-air. This is gonna be damage, but yeah, won't kill. Oh, and Dre using the burst. What are we gonna see come out here? Oil drum. He doesn't have the meter to go for the unblockable circus bear setup. Okay, no burst coming out. This is so spooky. Like, this is definitely Dre's game at the moment. Yeah, okay. Especially with, like, the life lead and the timer. But, we've seen Zot come back from that exact health value so many times already. And just goes for the 5A again, but yeah, he's getting pushed out of range. I'm assuming that you can get, like, a 5B starter or something as Marie there. There's gotta be some way to punish it. I don't know enough about the character to know what that would be, though. Oh, that's interesting. It looks like, it might not technically combo, but you might just be plus enough to meaty 5A there, if Teddy's DP puts them in the corner. Teddy's got the rage drink now, so this combo will do extra damage. That arrow blockable? That looked like, Marie was on the ground. Okay, yeah, it just blocks it, but I am not really gonna be able to punish Marie from there, you know? Okay, Marie in the best spot that she'll be for the rest of the match. Here, has all the meter. Yeah, won't get any more from Awakening. And Dre will take it with a pretty solid final round. Hey, 2-1, both teams got some points. Love to see it.
Great to see you, Evi-chan. Might as well make.
Alright though, so next up we are going to have Jacob, I believe playing Yu Narukami, up against Jazz Hands. Ken... what's his last name, like Amada or something? The character with a spear and, much more importantly, a dog. There's a million jokes about how it is actually the dog featuring some human in the background. Seems legit to me.
Please select your captain.
Lend me your strength.
Okay, so we have, Ken over here has just some of the most dominant neutral out of, I assume, any character in the cast of Persona, between being a puppet character and having the incredibly strong spear that just, like, covers a bunch of range and just great specials all around. He's got... Neutral's gonna be rough. Narukami, on the other hand, of course, is the main character of the game, and this is kind of where AUKSL started making, quote, juiced main characters. Narukami has got everything. He's got decent damage, he's got good range, he's got fast buttons up close, he safe jumps off of everything, so expect to see a lot of, just, like, consistency coming out of Jacob here, depending on how he's playing, and wow. This time, yeah, Ken not even getting the chance to get that neutral control started. Jacob got in once and managed to push it all the way through. We'll see if Jazz Hands adapts to start stand blocking the safe jump, because we did see him get hit by 2 of those, I believe. Sweep to hit the Persona, but still a decent number of cards left for Narukami. Right, that green glow that you just saw Ken do heals the dog, because I don't remember the dog's name. But the dog has a health bar. You can see it in the bottom left corner of the screen. He will go away once it is fully broken. Until then, he basically does not care. So the dog is effectively broken. He will also come back after just a couple seconds anyways. Okay, here we are seeing Ken manage to get things started a bit more, and oh, does the delay tech. That can be a strong... Oh, this is one unfortunate dog. Mixing up your tech timings can be a very strong option, especially against a safe jump machine like Narukami, though he does have pretty solid ways to just get around it. And oh, good mash! Didn't quite confirm it, but basically next good hit, or dog tackle, will take it. Alright, going into round 3. Just putting Narukami straight back to that, like, far distance range. Normally he's pretty comfortable in it, but in a matchup like this. Okay, we got the DP punish into... Oh, didn't go for the corner extension. Just takes the normal safe jump. I don't think he can kill here. Nah, tried to push it. Oh, but the air throw. Very, very confident round there from Jacob. Both in how it came together and just like the options that he was selecting. Okay, 1 point on the board there. We did see Jazz Hands get around though, so we do know that as long as they can get started, or I guess more specifically stop Jacob from getting started, then they could definitely pull through. Oh, we have a request to not skip the intros. I didn't think that that was an issue on the rollback version, but I don't know. It probably depends on the game, or maybe the machine specifically. Anyways, going back into it. No character swaps here, I'm sure. Yeah, I've seen some it occasionally lag during the countdown specifically. I didn't realize that it sometimes carried over into match as well. Alright though, so we are presumably going to see the intro here. Probably not the full thing, probably just the character intro. Oh, okay, they're letting the whole thing run. Yeah, it's incredibly important for how AUKSL's old delay netcode worked. It could make it like unplayable if you skip the intros. Ooh, and yeah, the dog anti-air there. It's no Zappa dog flash kick, but it's still a real good move. And oh my gosh. Instead of taking the guaranteed punish, goes for the all-out attack reset. Dog just flying around. I guess its name is Koromaru. Okay, couldn't quite drag him back down to the ground, but Ken here in great position. Has the corner, though Jacob is managing to fight his way out. Ooh, gets the pickup, sort of. It was a yellow beat, but hey, it still hit. That is the danger of trying to mix up your delay timings for sure. And there you go. You see, the dog can die, which means that Ken is now fully without it until it heals. But as you see there, it's not too long. Ooh, dog is back, but not in time to matter.
I should leave him be.
Alright, Jazz Hands. Now on potentially their last chance here. Jacob on the game point. Yeah, we are seeing a lot of these safe jumps connect, so whenever Jacob gets into like the pressure state, it's just kind of looping. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, DP's out of the pressure. Smart to not do it on Wake Up against the safe jump machine. And yeah, projectiles don't really work too well, huh? If you could just tell the dog to run under him. Zeo car coming through. The optimal anti-air. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Wow. Air throwing just before the dog reaches. And Jazz Hands is at pretty low health here. That's a good way to start, though, especially into the super. Does put him into Awakening. See what he can do mix-up wise. Yeah, Narukami can burst here. We'll see if Jacob tries to hold it for next round. Doesn't matter as the combo does get dropped anyways. Oh, and into another all-out attack. Yeah, burst is spent. So if Jazz Hands can take this, then he's in a pretty okay spot. But yeah, Jacob staggering the timing on the fireballs will just catch the recovery of the roll. Good adjustment to call out the defensive option.
It might become even stronger through this.
Alright, so next up we have Dre back at it again. Hope you want to see some more Teddy. Up against Shadow Fury, showing up for the first time tonight. Yukiko versus Teddy. This is going to be an interesting one. Teddy has the mid-range buttons of the gods, and obviously, as long as he can get items out, then I'm sure that that makes it pretty hard for Yukiko, especially the ones that she can't just, like, bat around. However, Teddy has... I don't really know what he does from full screen. He's not super fast. Even once he gets in, he doesn't have incredibly strong mix. But one thing he does have is the 25-meter TV drop. The 25-meter one homes in on the opponent. So if you're like, aha, here comes a projectile, you can just spend 25, and suddenly you have a hitbox that just knocked them down, and the ability to teleport on top of them.
Please select your captain.
Okay. Well, let's see if I'm right, or if there's something that just... I don't know. Maybe Teddy has a one-button move that invalidates the character. I have not a whole lot of ideas about either of these two beyond items and Firebird. Though I guess I will say, keep an eye on Shadow Fury. They basically always will use the start of the round, they will like throw away neutral to just level up the Firebird. Because it's not until they get to 3 that they can start actually doing the bird. We haven't seen it come out yet. Oh, there's 1, there's 2. I don't remember if it stays between rounds. I guess we'll see that in a sec too. And the Firebird is now just online. That Firebird is incredibly strong. Super active. I believe the persona is just fully invincible throughout the whole thing. And Dre, already in Awakening, basically just chip damage taken from Shadow Fury. Though Shadow is about to hit negative penalty, it looks like. Oh, and yeah, there's that teleport. Rolls into the food that gives health back. Okay, I wasn't sure which food that was. Okay, yeah, no persona moves coming out for a minute. That was a great response from Dre to kick the, he took a little damage from it, but he still managed to kick the food into Yukiko. Kind of nullifies her zoning for a bit. It just walks forward, gets clipped by a fan. Teddy, I don't think a great character to really, like, start with pressure at a round start and just, like, roll with it, not let her even get to level 3. So that does prevent a second level, at least. See Shadow Fury really trying to get that, the Firebird back. As we saw last round, once it comes up, oh boy is it spooky. What a setup from Dre. Knew that Shadow Fury, knew that the oil drum was coming, so would probably try and jump over it. Dre just patiently sat there and was like, it is anti-air time. Okay, I think this just converts into a kill, but no, Dre, not recognizing, didn't spend meter on it. And now we are back, health-wise not so much, but position-wise, we are back in Yukiko's win condition. There is that, the 25-meter homing TV thing that I was talking about before, though. Yeah, that makes it real scary if Yukiko's ever at low health. Okay, no burst on deck yet, but Dre dropping a very important combo here. Only has a limited number of times to get in before this burst comes out, and I'm pretty sure that if this burst does not get baited, then it is just going to be a 3rd level. Not even needed. Instead, it goes into the win condition with level 3. Teleport into the combo. Dre will take this all the way, I'm sure. Oh, Teddy gets a combo on an air all-out attack. That's actually surprisingly rare in this game. Yeah, Dre just being super ready to throw out the homing TVs whenever he senses a projectile coming. Sona break on both sides. Dre's like, whatever, I got the life lead. I'll chill. Oh, and yeah, that was an ambiguous left-right. Not so much because he couldn't tell it was coming, but because you were off screen, how far did you just slide? Alright, with that, Dre will take game 1. These definitely a bit longer matches, which, Of course you would expect that with the zoner and someone who is not hard rush down. Alright. Getting into game 2. We are all tied up as far as team points goes.
Round 1. Fight!
I guess technically, if this goes 2-1 in Dre's favor, then it means it ends with the teams tied as well. But we'll see how this goes. I'm sure neither... Well, I guess... I'm sure Dre doesn't want to see that. Shadow Fury at this point, that is what they are trying to target. Never mind, I'm really tired. Yeah, both of them, Shadow wins, it'll be, 4-3 there, but... Anyways, Dre, back at full screen here. And yeah, it looks like the fans are just slow enough that you can drop the TVs on reaction, which makes things real spooky for Yukiko at full screen, normally where she wants to be. But we do have negative penalty coming out. It doesn't take meter, but if someone can remind me exactly what it does, I believe it increases the damage you take? Or some amount of... Oh, uh-oh. Dre now muted and poisoned. I assume that was not supposed to be the anti-air one. So, can someone remind me, Yukiko's DP, does it only heal blue life, or do you just heal? Because I'm seeing Dre in a couple of these spots being like, whatever, I have the life lead, I am at full screen, what are you gonna do? Come over here? And Shadow Fury's trying to just, like, zone it out, maybe try and approach. Yukiko does have the DP that heals. Oh boy. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's a real big starter, but Dre not quite in the right position to pick up off of it, it looked like. Okay, it does just heal. Spooky. First coming out. Yep, there it is. Life total's pretty close. Well, okay, we're pretty close. I don't know, it's Awakening. Damage different, they're still basically tied. Oh boy, yeah, okay, does the cross-up one. That is just a bunch of damage. Bite combo into the EX TVs? I didn't know that was a thing. Good stuff, Dre. Shadow Fury putting up a heck of a fight the whole way through, but it looked like the homing TVs are just really, really strong against Yukiko there. It looked like pretty much anytime they got into a comfortable position, that was the thing that was messing them up. Okay, moving on, we are having the main character of Persona 4 up against the character I believe is the main character of Arena. Maybe Ultimax or something. I don't know, that's what I was told. Anyways, we got Jacob on Narukami up against Ballfrog on Minazuki. Do not want to disband the room. No, I do not. Also, yeah, as you can see over there in chat, we do have a Matcherino going for the event. Figure it's going on for quite a while, several weeks. It just goes into the prize pool there at the end. Probably not going to be anything too huge, though I believe we are at like $25 or $27 right now. Thank you very much to the people who have donated and retweeted and done all that sort of stuff. If you head over there, you can basically just like click some retweets and click on some links and stuff, and it's like, aha, their advertising budget will just pay the pop bonus. Pretty handy. Okay. Yep, Minazuki versus Narukami. Both of these characters just very, very strong in, well, really all ranges. Mid-range, with the great B buttons on both of them, and 5A from Minazuki. Got good fireballs from both. Minazuki has the teleport and the ability to hit confirm everything on the planet because all of his moves are 2 hits. Narukami just safe jumping off of everything. I think Minazuki does have the average damage advantage though, for sure. On the other hand, I guess Narukami has a slightly stronger high-low mix, even if it is kind of risky. Ooh, okay, and yeah, it does just block it. Yeah, I guess had the meter for it. Just spend it all on the one more cancel. Oh, it does same side teleport. Actually baits out the 2B, which is normally the thing you'd use to punish that. Goes for the delayed overhead, doesn't quite get the pickup though. It is a real tight pickup. Ballfrog taking that first round. It looked like Jacob had a couple spots where they were like really confident in what they were doing, but Ballfrog just super ready to kind of steal the momentum back. Goes for the overhead, doesn't get anything off it because there's no meter. It hits behind, alright. Oh yeah, and it hits the persona, which makes it stay out longer and actually still cover the teleport. Ballfrog not pressing into that at all. I believe you can mash at that range if they do the move that looks like it runs forward a bit. And you can always mash DP if you see that. This match, or this round, going much more strongly in Jacob's favor. Almost managed to convert that despite it being at tip range. And I think that's basically the exact health Minazuki ended last round at. It's like it might just be a matchup of whoever gets started first and runs away with it. Yeah, both of these players clearly just chilling outside of both their and their opponent's threat range, playing the distance footsies, if you will. Oh, gets the pickup. This can be big damage. Oh yeah, not bad. And oh, Ballfrog saw that setup come out against, I believe it was Jazz Hands earlier. It's like they were ready to tech the air throw. Wow, didn't even have resource, just did the DP while they were blocking. Okay, Jacob taking game one.
By taking a slightly different path.
And that ties us right back up, 4-4. Also, shoutouts to Ballfrog for also having the Narukami icon. I'm assuming they just haven't gone on and changed it at all, but...
Here I go.
Alright. Back into it. We saw Ballfrog with a real strong first round. So, and I know that they have a lot of general FGC experience. We'll see what sort of adaptations they can make. This is also not the first Narukami they've fought. I don't know how much Jacob has fought either Ballfrog or Spiegel, who are our two Minazukis in the league. They're both just chilling at that like specific spot in mid-range. They're both too scared to approach each other half the time. Ooh, goes for the really risky Zeo card there, but catches movement. Oh, a drop punish turns into a punish from Ballfrog. Getting out of the corner, but things basically even here, especially considering Minazuki does have burst here, even though he's a bit lower life. Yeah, Ballfrog is basically just getting caught. Oh boy. Okay, air hit means it wasn't too bad for Narukami there. Jacob gets to live to see another day. Yeah, sees the meter get spent, knows that Jacob's gonna want to push his turn, just DP's out, says no thank you, get me out of here.
I wouldn't do that.
Jacob managing to pull that back. DP coming out. Ballfrog's defense has generally been pretty strong against these the safe jumps and just pressure in general. I will say, Jacob's going for a lot of the jump 2B, which is a single hit overhead safe jump. Narukami does have the ability to do just normal jump B and get a double overhead. Ooh, the delayed DP after the safe jump. And this is going to be big damage. Nope, Ballfrog not ready. Not just getting out of the punish, but getting a full gold burst. Jacob trying to bait a burst there. We're seeing some confirms coming out over here. I think that's what we're watching. Oh yeah, tried to go for the... Oh, that gets bursted? Or blocked and then bursted? Oh, this is so spooky from both players. Any real hit from either side kills here. And stalls above the throw with the jump 2A. That is a delayed dive kick. That coming down to just save Jacob's life, actually.
If I'd taken a slightly different path, I could have been you.
Alright. Next up, we are going to Jazz Hands versus Shadow Fury. So you do love to see it still within 1 point, despite us being, what, halfway through? Yep, this is the halfway point match that we're about to go into. It's okay, Jazz Hand's gonna be on Ken. Shadow Fury, once again, on Yukiko.
I'm Ken. It's nice to meet you.
I'm interested to see whether this will be a matchup where Yukiko doesn't get to use fans because the dog walks under them, or a matchup where the dog cannot block, and that is really bad for the dog because it just gets deleted passively by the projectiles. Let's find out.
Will I not? Kuromaru! Attack, Kuromaru!
Okay, burst coming out early just to keep the corner positioning. Yeah, the dog, it's so difficult for everyone to deal with. I agree, the dog deserves it. But accurate statement. That sure is one way to avoid the Firebird, I guess. Oh, does it into Super? However, mate, that's a bit spooky against a Zoner, because that Super does send them back to full screen. Against Zoners in particular, a lot of the time, it's way better to get the up-close situation than to take the damage, unless it's going to kill. But okay, manages to close out the round.
I see your pattern. You're not doing that badly.
Round 2, fight!
Here, Kuromaru!
Okay, strong start coming out from Jazz Hands here. Has the corner positioning. Oh, but what a mash from Shadow Fury. Didn't quite confirm it, but hey, still managed to get the reset with the all-out attack. And only at level 2 now. Okay, gets the DP, punished, but no real damage off of it. It's like wasn't quite ready to see, or to confirm the situation. Okay, burst coming out, waited until they were in Awakening, I guess. That is a pretty strong tactic. Oh, okay, so I think Yukari's all-out attack is multi-hit. Either that or it hit the dog and paused, and then hit Ken after Jazz Hands swapped to low block. Alright, we got full screen, we got 5 bars here. Oh, dog's coming in from behind, watch out. Or in front. Okay. Lucky for Shadow Fury, that dog did not do more damage. I kind of assumed it would do a bit more. The dog's sound is still real sad when it gets hit. Well, blocks the all-out attack, uses it to get a fire level instead of real damage. We'll see if it pays off. You are now stuck in the corner though, because it didn't push him all the way out. Go back mid-screen at least. We're only one away from getting the fire level, and okay, Jazz Hands going for the cross-up to end it. Dog comes in, you just jump over him. This game, I looked it up, has only 3 frames of cross-up protection. It was wild for a game with, like, you know, air dashes the way it is, plus personas and rolls and all of the funky stuff like the dog and Shabris. But, hey. That's how it is.
Please select your character.
Okay. So, Shadow Fury there, it seemed like they had the opportunities to close out some of the rounds, but were just under so much pressure from having to fight Ken that they weren't quite ready to convert it. We saw a couple of DP punishes that turned into very little damage. And one in particular where they decided to go for the fire level instead of the damage and positioning. Normally I'd say that might be fine, but the fact that it left them stuck in the corner against this, oh no, speaking of which, bad place to be, makes it extra spooky. Okay, bursts out from both sides. Hey, both at the same number of Persona cards. This matters a lot more for Yukiko.
Here goes.
Oh, down to only 2. Down to 1. Okay, DP connect. Yukiko is... that hits behind? Sure. Okay. Yep. Okay. Anyways, Ken managing to win the resulting scramble and close it out. And now Jazz Hands on set point. They can bring home this round, then they will put their team in the lead, preventing a tie or a potential fall to second. Yeah, there's something about the way Ken's auto combo works, where if you're not used to fighting him, at least in my experience, you're just never ready for that last Persona hit. Okay, knocks him back to full screen. The dog's still right there, though, yeah, and it just low-profiled the attack. Jazz Hands taking it home for his team.
They're unstoppable.
Koromaru and I fighting as a team, we don't have any weaknesses.
My understanding is that is, not too far from the truth, Ken. Okay, up next we got Zot versus Bullfrog. Minazuki versus Marie. Oops, Marie, not Margaret. I know how to type, I swear. And yeah, Ken is just like... I guess both of these characters is if you don't know how to deal with them, it's super rough. But Yukiko, you can at least be like, okay, they are a zoner. I will walk and block, or try and like maneuver around projectiles. Ken, you can't really transfer over as much from other games, because you have to be aware of how the dog works, while also looking out for his like half-screen normals. Okay, going into this next one, Minazuki versus Marie. I think this might be kind of rough for Zot, because just the damage differential. We have seen Bullfrog get pretty solid confirms off of whatever hit, which is partially them, partially the like Minazuki allows him to just like convert off of most stray hits, and with Bullfrog at the wheel, that makes it super spooky. Whereas Zot, on the other hand, gets a decent number of stray hits and is normally able to just like get enough of them to make it work, but the damage per hit is generally pretty low, and they get clipped a lot, but it normally doesn't convert. So we'll see which way this ends up going.
Fine, take you on for a bit.
Round
If Zot can
1.
crank out some damage here. Oh my gosh, DP for first attack. Oh, and just mashes out with 5 or 2A. One of them. And Bullfrog DPing again. Recognize that Zot in their earlier matches didn't show like safe jumps or anything like that. They were getting hit by a bunch of DPs from Dre. So Bullfrog having a little bit of a pre-match info, however, that one does get hard baited. The throw, there is no rain, so it won't put the shock status effect. And ooh, we're seeing some real Oki coming out of Zot here. Little item and into super, just to push as far as possible into that health bar. And okay, Zota. Oh yeah, thank you. Sides are in fact incorrect. There we go. And Zot taking that first game actually. The quick adaptation to deal with the DPs really just spun the match around. Okay, burst coming out, and no tech from Zot actually saving their life. Dodges the teleport, gets up, mashes. Yeah, this is a Zot very unconventional playstyle, which is at least half just character unfamiliarity, but they're like making it work pretty well. And for someone like Bullfrog, who is operating mostly, I believe, off of other FGC experience, it can be really hard to deal with someone who's just going for really wonky stuff a lot. Alright though, Bullfrog has found the next significant knowledge check, it looks like, which is going for that teleport. We haven't seen a strong response yet from Zot. We have seen one DP workout. And I think that kills, yeah. And Zot taking it 2 rounds. 2-0. She yells are okay. Okay, anyways. Went into it, and we are back to tied once again. Back to back to back, just trading ties and who's in the lead.
Please select your character.
Here I go.
You're choosing me?
Okay. Throat's starting to get kind of mad at me from all the talking. This stream is not sponsored by any drinks, though. On that note, though, go do the Maturino. Anyways, going into it, I'm really curious to see whether Zot can keep it up, because so much of that came off of them going for Oki and just being right. It wasn't like they were doing setups that were safe to DP. It was, they were hard calling out DP versus Mash and whatever. So if Ballfrog can adjust their timings, or like when they pick which option, in a way that keeps them, it just like starts winning the interactions, then this could just swing incredibly in their favor. Ooh, wake up backdash. I believe that does mean that the throw was mistimed? I don't know. The backdash lockout in this game is wonky. Awakening coming out from Marie blocks the teleport. And also blocks that one. Wow, that hits real cross-up. Like, with the animation it makes sense, but that was a real deep one. Okay, we are seeing Ballfrog go for a lot of different options now on Wake Up. We've seen roll a couple times, some jumps, stuff like that. It's not wanting to risk the DP getting called out in the damage. Marie's, like, threat range is so difficult to visualize, I feel. Because she, like, swings into things and the bag extends. Oh. I don't know what that does. We are seeing the hero burst come out from Zot. Ballfrog waits until that moment to DP, knows that Zot needs to try and get advantage as much as possible. So unfortunately that does mean Zot is basically just not going to have a burst unless they get to around 3. It is raining, which means that they get health back, but doesn't really do much when you're in a combo. And okay, we got a 2A starter, so this isn't going to be the worst punish in the world, but still a decent chunk of damage. And Ballfrog just kind of running away with this one so far. Goes for a roll to try and do something tricky cross-up wise. Zot can hold on for a bit longer, they'll have burst, it's almost back, but at this point I'm not sure it even matters. One hit, yep, will take it. Alright, Ballfrog pulling ahead to put their team back in the lead by that 1 point. Consistently neck and neck. Alright. Game 3, final one coming up here. Zot, as you can see clearly, a kanji main. Up against Ballfrog playing Narukami. I do love the customization you can do for the lobbies. Though I wish you didn't have to, I'm guessing it's randomly unlock the words. Well, this will be, this game 3 is going to be the end of the middle set of matches. After this, we are into the final 3 sets. Every player you've seen so far will have one more. But right now, they're fighting to see if Ballfrog's team, the average Midnight Channel enjoyers, will be going in with the advantage, or if we're going in dead even. Solid damage off that confirmed for sure. Oh, okay. Speaking of which, Marie decides to spend the meter, the knockdown, and I believe that lets them choose the weather. It at least changes it. I don't know if it's them selecting or not. Oh, DP gets blocked, but no punish. The pushback too big. And yeah, we've seen repeatedly throughout the set. What is... What? I have never seen that super before in my life. I don't know what's happening. Okay. Sure. That round sure did happen. But, okay, so we've seen Ballfrog make great use of the teleport, and we just really have not seen Zot be ready to punish it yet. if you're looking for it and you can react in time, it is basically your counter hit anti-air starter of choice. If you go on Twitter, you may find something called the Minazuki Challenge, which is how to get the most optimal, or mentally damaging at least, punish on his 2B. It's a fun one. Okay, run up throw, gets the item out to help with neutral a bit. Oh, and the big anti-air, but doesn't quite get the full confirm. We're seeing Zot do 5A a lot as their response against the teleport. Luckily for them, the teleport is just slow enough that they're able to recover. Oh boy, okay, Bullfrog does have burst, but is looking real low on life here. Their resources outside of health are real good though. It doesn't go for the super ender. Looks like Bullfrog maybe not comfortable spending meter yet. Alright, next hit from Zot takes it, but Bullfrog definitely still in this. Real scary here, going for lots of delayed staggers, has the meter, but Zot picking DP there will take it. And what that means is we are going into our final 3 sets. Exactly tied.
Then I'll never forgive you.
So, we've got Dre versus Jacob to kick things off. Once again, we are going to have one final showing from each of these players. It's going to be Dre versus Jacob, and we got Jazz Hands versus Zot, and we will finish it off with Bullfrog versus Shadow Fury. Let's see, should be... Every time Dre is up, because he's playing an item throw character, when I go to type in the character's name, I just start typing Faust. Teddy versus Narukami. Teddy's DP is surprisingly wonky to punish after you have safe jumped it. So we'll see if Jacob has the punish options on deck, or what they managed to figure out in match. I am awake, I swear. Alright.
Full power, fight on!
The Junus.
Let's go. No,
Ah!
Round
Okay, going into it. So, the other thing that makes this matchup kind of wonky is both of these characters have 5Bs that feel difficult to deal with as the other. Oh, burst whiffs, but still no punish afterwards. And with the way this game works, that's not too different from just having the burst hit anyways. Don't get the partial refund like in Gear. I guess this will also be a test of how familiar Jacob is with what the items do. Other very important thing to note is that in this game, Teddy only has one overhead total. It is his all-out attack, and he can also do it in the air. Yes, that does mean that his jump A and jump B, and whatever his jump C is, are not overheads. When you're blocking Teddy, you're looking for that animation in particular, and some left-rights, and throws and stuff like that. Oh boy. Yep. That will definitely kill, I believe, even if he drops it.
Round 2.
I cannot take this fight seriously with this music. Yeah, Dre doing a very good job of peeling off, and it just looks like Jacob is kind of struggling to maneuver around things in neutral. And oh, gets hit by that cross up there on the oil drum. Oh, and gets the key, which means, yeah, here comes the bike. Bike still comes back though, yeah. Bursting, that's kind of spooky. Goes for the air quotes left-right. Which side is he on? Nobody knows. Okay, full corner conversion. Yeah, just cashes out into damage. Decides to push as far into Awakening as possible. Oh, an all-out attack, but maybe a misinput, or maybe just wasn't ready for it to actually hit. One Persona card apiece, two. Okay. Yep, Jacob managing to close it out. I think that item he picked up was the Rage Drink, so it made that last combo do extra damage. And Dre just opting to mash out there. Manages to get not just out of the corner, but pressures all the way back to mid-screen. DP coming out, and yeah, Jacob not ready. Trying to block the move. Cannot do that in Rage. That is part of what makes Teddy's DP so spooky. It doesn't do any damage on hit, but ooh boy, you are in some sort of negative mix-up afterwards. Oh. Wow, just manages to barely slide under the that last one-off bucket. Punishes the DP, I think. Does this connect? It does. Oh no, yeah, he jumped too early. That's some damage. Oh no! Okay, okay. That burst almost killed him. That crossed up? No, I wouldn't have blocked that. Tell you that right now.
Victory! The excitement of the battles!
Yeah, Jacob, I'm guessing thinking that maybe there is a third roll through coming, trying to get out of it instead of dying. Alright. Still though, yeah, scores are super, super close. Basically, whoever wins this, you know, it did start tied, so this decides how much of an advantage either team has going forward, and it does feel like Jacob is slowly figuring more things out, and Dre is just kind of like hitting him with Teddy things, where it's like, aha, do you know? No? Why would I know? So, I feel like the longer the set goes, the better chance Jacob has just on a base level. Though that's, of course, kind of discounting Dre's ability to adapt. Yeah, that DP, bit of a whiff. The corner conversion burst is off the table here. Doesn't quite get the corner pickup. A bit unfortunate because it would have let him push way far into Awakening. But wow, yeah, just kills anyways. Alright, spends the 50 meter on 2 SBs. And going into... oh, I'm real tired. I just lost what I was going to say. Anyways, oh! Slides into... Never mind, the slide knocks the plate away, I guess. Yeah, Dre not getting too much of a punish, but did manage to get an item out, so, you know, kind of a soft win. Though I guess it didn't end up doing too much. Oh, tried to go for a air unblockable reset. That is a tech trap there. Jacob, though, holding forward to tech out of the corner. So just dodging it all together. What does the little hoppy robot do? I guess it hops. Okay.
So obvious, you're on a roll. Win the
Final.
Why are we listening to the Judas theme? Ooh, tries to go 2D Teddy and just chill under the projectiles. But out of range to punish, yeah. Dre here is consistently blocking overhead, which is working out because Jacob is going for the overhead option. But we haven't seen Jacob really go for the low as a mix-up. It is much less safe if you're doing Zeo Car rather than the Raging Lion, big like dive kick thing. Goes for the cross up, bursts the persona, and I think, yeah, this should kill. All right, 1-1, keeping it neck and neck. Still super tied.
Player 2 wins!
Have you
You
gotten better?
love to see
You
it.
might not be able to stay as your.
Oh, so we've had a lot of 2-1s tonight. So that is a good thing for both teams, because of course these points do go directly into your team's point total. Means that even if you lose, if you take a bunch of games on the way, you know, you're coming out ahead overall. Or at least keeping it closer.
Round 1.
Okay, game 3. This will decide whose team gets to get the advantage. No possibility of a tie this time. Okay, into the safe jump. Oh, and Dre, yeah, just trying to like jump out, thinking he was gonna fake it or something. Interesting pickup. Looked like that almost didn't work because of height, but Dre, confident in the hitbox. And I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen Dre do the big like homing TVs thing there. Okay, corner combo into the full extension to push as far into Awakening as you can. And yeah, that'll kill. So Dre now at a big uphill battle. Jacob on set point.
Round 2. Fight.
5A, yeah, stuffs out whatever Jacob was trying to do there. Oh, Dre trying to delay tech, I guess. Yeah, tried to do it there too. Okay, rolls out of the corner. What a clash! Oh my gosh. And yeah, Jacob is noticing the thing I was talking about a bit ago, where Dre has been stand blocking the majority of the time so far. So just going for the much less safe. Okay, blocks it that time. The low options there. Oh, that is surprisingly little damage, I feel. Okay, bite key is coming out. Yeah, and gets unblockable off of it. Persona break for Teddy. That's real bad. It means he can't throw items. He might not even live for it to matter. Yeah, can't throw an item. Next real hit wins. And yeah, just punished with the full screen SBTVs.
Final. Fight.
Okay, final round and just round start, full dash throw. Okay, confident start from Jacob. I guess Dre's been going for too many defensive starts. Jacob knowing this is the last chance to cash that knowledge out at the moment. A fatal counter, yeah. Plus shock. What's the item? Okay, it was the freeze item. Yeah, just combos off of it over there in the corner. I'm curious if you can DP out, but... Okay, uses that super to steal corner, and Teddy is in Awakening here, so yeah, things are basically dead even. Dre does have the burst available. We're gonna see him use it. Okay, yeah, there it comes out just to try and get out of the corner. Both players low on Persona cards, and oh my gosh, the stall lets him anti-air. Yeah, okay, tries to avoid the second one, which means he's not over there to even threaten after the super, but manages to not die to it, which is the important part for sure. Is that buckets that I hear? Oh, get left righted and you don't have burst? Can he kill? No! Oh, single hit? Yeah, this is down to DP bait, and Jacob comes up correct. Gets his team in the lead. Can't get much closer than that.
The excitement of the battles.
Whew. What a set. Alright, with that, Use Battle Angels will continue on with 9 points to 8. Slight advantage. And up next, we've got Jazz Hands Ken up against Zot's Marie. This is our semi-final set of the night, or of the match. We actually have most of a second set coming up after this, so stay tuned for that one. There we go, got those in. What a wild set. Yeah, that was... Oh, that was intense. That basically just came down to Dre not having 50 meter at the end to confirm with Super.
Please select your character.
Alright. Ken versus Marie. You know, last time I said that it might be spooky for Zot because the damage differential. This time, I am initially thinking it might be spooky because of just getting around things in neutral. But last time I was wrong, so we'll see what happens this time. I think everybody at this point knows what both of these characters are looking to do, and at least Ken's general threat range. We'll see, like I was saying earlier, Marie's actual threat range is a good question.
Fine, take you on for a bit.
Round
Alright, and here we go. And semi-final setup. They both tried it? What is wrong with both of you? Okay, DP coming out. And yeah, it looks like Zot very mindful of the dog. First, the dog is behind them, and yeah, they're just jumping to get out of there. Don't want to deal with that at all. Oh, hit the dog. Thought that they got the confirm on Ken himself. I know that some characters can have real wonky things happen when you hit both Ken and the dog. In the match that we played against against Jazz Hands, I know that we have a Naoto on our team, and the dog just like eats the bullets mid-combo. So we'll see how that ends up working here. Super coming out, and dog gets hit, and is now dead. However, Marie is so low on life. What's the punish? Not a punish, but standing low still hits. Weather, and this is now real scary. Oh my gosh. Yeah, tries to confirm into super, but like it was a bit too much of a scramble. Can't figure it out. All these sets are insane. What is happening here?
Sloppy because you were in the
round two. Fight.
Okay, no double all-out attack round start in game one this time. Alright, and Jazz Hands clearly comfortable just holding space. Zot being cornered here, but Jazz Hands not doing what is... It always feels like the right thing to do if you're not thinking about how they can escape. I hope Zot just keeps their burst. Okay, DP, yeah. Go for it. But it's easier to keep them in the corner and keep them jailed if you're standing a bit further away. Okay, picks the weather. But yeah, just gets 5-8 afterwards. No meaty coming out from Zot there.
Final.
Both players have burst on deck. Well, had burst on deck. Yeah, uses it to get out of pressure. Definitely no burst coming back for Ken this round. And Jazz Hands really likes to do that sort of like delayed burst where they'll like try and block something and then buffer a DP behind it. So it comes out if you go for like something fake, or if you get the hit and then drop the combo, which is what we've seen come out a lot. Yeah, there you go. You saw it there. Oh, wow. Okay, I thought Marie hit the dog. This is now looking pretty spooky for Zot, though there's the opener that they might need. To the all-out attack. Do they have a combo? Doesn't look like it. Not there yet. Alright, with the DP punish. Into the meter burn. Yep, so push as far into Awakening as you possibly can. Oh, and just... You know, I didn't know that was a reset either. And with that, Zot will take that first game.
A bitter victory.
So, is it that you can't combo out of ice, or did it just happen to break, like, right as the 5A hit? If anyone knows. Okay, use Battle Angels. Starting to pull ahead here. If Zot wins this next game, it does secure the victory for their team. We'll put it in a point where average Midnight Channel enjoyers cannot quite catch up. However, if Jazz Hands manages to take a game here at all, then they will be in the running until the very end.
I have to do this.
Oh, after Card Super into Ice, you can Card Super again. Okay, that's good to know. Oh, yeah, hey Diamond Me, do you know what the rules are for the, like, A hold thing online? I know there's something weird about it, but I don't remember what it was. Oh. Okay. Well, alright. Going into game 2 here. Both characters arriving fashionably late. And sort of like with the Ballfrog set, a lot of this is coming down to whether or not Zot is calling out or trying to attack into Jazz Hands' DPs. And Jazz Hands is doing a pretty good job about putting them in wonky spots where you wouldn't, yeah, like that, where you wouldn't normally be looking for them. So it's really easy to just get clipped and be like, oh, right. Even if you're like kind of making a mental note that like, yeah, they do that here. So far, Jazz Hands has Zot all the way down into Awakening without having taken any damage. Are they going to close the round? I hope Zot does not burst here. Okay, not a perfect. But still, very dominant round coming out of Jazz Hands there.
Round 2. Fight.
Nice move. Are you serious? Nice move.
Okay, burst coming out. Oh, but yeah, Zot jumps a little too far and ends up cornering herself. Back to mid-screen. Yep, that sure does anti-air. You know what? She got away with it. We call it fine. DP punish here. So it looks like Zot really mostly knows one combo that's like pretty stable, and so that's their go-to. And they don't have maybe like a higher damage DP route. They'll just sometimes burn meter on it instead. But I think this set in general, or like this league match, has been a good example of you can just kind of get away with that. What? Is this like an IK or? No? Okay, it's just weirdly animated. Oh, burst gets baited, but no punish. And this comes down to a DP bait. Yep. Maybe one more DP bait. We'll see. Oh, tried to do it again immediately. And the third one? Is that a reversal? Is that what's happening there? Or is Zot just giving Jazz Hands some super freeze to react to? Yep, you're right. Third time's the charm. Okay, that said, this looking like a much more... Wow, yeah, this is a real strong start coming out from Jazz Hands here, trying to keep their team's hopes and dreams alive. Again, if they drop this round, their team is guaranteed to lose the set, not just, like, they cannot win, they cannot tie either. So, all of their team's hopes and dreams resting on this. That, not quite enough to kill, but this is still a real strong situation. DP doesn't kill either, didn't have the meter to cancel into super. Alright, Jazz Hands keeps the dream alive for the Midnight Channel enjoyers. And yeah, I figured it was a reversal with the way it was getting used, but...
Did you get stronger, Koromaru? You did.
Okay. Game 3 here. So, there's the potential for... Alright, if Zot wins, then it is a 2-point difference. What that means is that the best that average Midnight Channel enjoyers could do would be tie. However, if Jazz Hands takes this one, then we are going into the final match exactly tied, keeping in the spirit of how the rest of this whole league match has gone. We'll see if it's up to Zot to break the curse, or if Jazz Hands is able to keep it real neck and neck all the way to the very bitter end.
Do it, Koromaru. Take you on for a bit.
Round 1.
Okay. Round start options, much more defensive, or much more reserved than the first set at least. Jazz Hands, yeah, got off to an early lead. Zot, with some good timing there, manages to all-out attack over the 2A mash. Baits the anti-air and just goes into another reset into all-out attack. super combo to send back to full screen, but like air tech, so wonky situation. What's the weather? Alright, Zot wants some HP back, I guess. Yeah, that overhead has been catching a lot of people. It's not quite enough to kill. Decides to DP, but more. Alright, I don't think this is quite enough to kill either, but wow. Super jump air DP coming out from Zot.
Round 2. Fight.
Marie has Narukami's jump 2B. Got it. DP coming out. Can't get hit by the overhead if you're invincible. And it looks like Zot, one big thing that has been helping them out in this set, compared to a lot of the other matches we've seen with Jazz Hands tonight, is that they are down to just block out this pressure string and try and approach from that slightly further distance neutral. Okay, this super hitting, probably not a high chance of burst in this round. From Zot at least, I don't know, we'll see from Jazz Hands. The dog sounded sad that got blocked. Dog hitting, and okay. Alright, final round.
Final.
Game 3, final round, to see if it ties it up or potentially decides the set as a whole. Good patience coming out of both of these players. We'll see if we get an early burst to try and just swing momentum, or if they wait until they're in Awakening for both of these players. They both entered this round with full resource. Alright, early burst coming out from Jazz Hands. I feel like that makes sense because they are a character who thrives off of being in advantage. But okay, with Awakening on the table now, I wouldn't be too surprised to see Zot's burst come out relatively soon. The opportunity shows up. Ooh, yeah, good adaptation by Jazz Hands. Recognizing that Zot is comfortably just down backing. No, didn't burst in time. Didn't kill, but alright, Jazz Hands. Tying it up all the way to the very last set.
A total reversal. What a shocking finish.
These have all been super close. Okay. Well, this will come down to Ballfrog Minazuki up against Shadow Fury Yukiko. This matchup, so I don't have experience in it personally, but I would assume that Minazuki's teleport is real good at catching Yukiko out of zoning patterns and forces her to do stuff that have more holes.
Me?
Very well.
But hey, we'll see how it works. We'll see if Ballfrog is able to maneuver around the incredibly strong, like, Phoenix attack thing that Yukiko has. Final set. All tied up. Man,
Round 1.
love to see it. Okay, immediate teleport. Yeah, showing the option instantly, being like, hey, I am aware of this. You know, I don't actually know what Yukiko just did to have that weird fire meter that's glowing. Someone in chat could explain to me, please, but right now, Shadow Fury's main goal in neutral is trying to get to that level 3 on the fire icon that you see in the bottom right corner of the screen. It resets after each round, but what it does... All-out attacks, armory straight through. But once you hit level 3, you get access to the Flame Bird. What makes the next fire attack unblockable. Dang, alright. Okay, there's level 1. We've seen the teleport come out quite a few times already, yep. Shadow Fury at level 2, basically just waiting to get level 3 before they start running their game plan at all. The Ballfrog doing their absolute best to make sure that Shadow Fury does not get the chance to start. Ooh, good throw tech though. First coming out, yeah, last chance. Teleport coming out, this will catch it. Yeah, go back to full screen, get out of here. Okay, it is time for the Phoenix. Teleport coming out again. Once more, but yeah, Shadow Fury avoiding it. Has to make it through this pressure. I think that was Yukiko's DP. I think her DP is just that bad.
Is the winner.
I will protect that boy. If you insist on getting in my way.
Okay, potential set point here for Bullfrog. And this is, it seems to me on paper like a pretty comfy matchup character-wise, though of course all of us here in the league real early on, so character matchups a bit iffy. Gotta really know the ins and outs of the counterplay before it comes down to that. Okay, will Bullfrog be able to close it here with their great pressure and these really good teleports? Or Shadow Fury going to be able to stuff the teleports out? Keep their team alive. Alright, there's one. Teleport coming out, but okay, no real combo off of it. It is also an overhead, yep. Ooh, gold burst. And there's a DP, does heal Yukiko a bit. Yeah, one big adaptation that Shadow Fury has been doing so far is they're getting caught by the teleport. Like, they don't have it in their hands to punish it directly, but they're picking to be in locations on the screen where it, like, kind of doesn't super matter, because you get a hit and then you tag. Ooh, that said, that's a pretty decent starter. We have seen some wonky clashes tonight, for sure. Oh, no punish on the DP! That, I think could have been game. Or maybe not. Awakening Minazuki, but... DP coming out. Oh yeah, the full screen projectile super, showing it for the first time. And that was a much stronger showing from Shadow Fury. They're definitely adapting, but it's a question of if they can get it figured out in time. But yeah, as you're saying over in chat, Bullfrog definitely a player who will find a weakness in your defense as a player and just push on it as hard as possible. And once you figure it out, he's like, alright, next one. You have to have like a full game plan before fighting him feels like a match and not him bullying you. If there's even like one real hole, that it gets real spooky, as we can see by how much he's using this teleport here. And oh, just calls out the projectile with another super. And with that, the end of the match. So, Nailbiter all the way down to the end. We got 12-10, average Midnight Channel enjoyers' favor. What a set. That was such a fun set to watch the whole way through. Alright though, I am going to go ahead and cut the VOD here. If you're on stream though, stick around. We do have most of a second set coming up actually. And it's a pretty interesting one. So, talk about it here in just a second. Stay tuned though.